I couldn't have asked for a better mother-in-law than Gloria. There's often that stereotype that a lot of men dread seeing their mother-in-laws or want to avoid them, and I was always very fortunate to never feel that way. Gloria always treated me just like another one of her children, made me feel welcome in her home. Sometimes people would even joke that we were very similar in a lot of ways. We both liked a lot of the same snacks and desserts, and I always felt that was something special we had in common. I'll also never forget the time when Nate was born the day before the Super Bowl in 2007, and we were still in the hospital at the time, and you snuck some beer into the hospital ward for me to make watching the game on that tiny TV a little more enjoyable. And I was glad to be able to repay the favor a little bit and sneak some Propel into your mouth swab at the hospital, and I could tell that was something you really enjoyed. Anyway, I just wanted to say thank you for always being there for Lisa and the boys and I, and to know that you'll forever be missed.
Hi, my name's Barbara McQuaid. I'm Phil's mother-in-law and Brooke Ann's mom. Gloria's life was filled with making others feel accepted and loved. She leaves behind many of us who love and respect her. We were made to feel very welcomed into this family back in 2011 when we joined by each and every one of the family members. She and I felt that Brooke Ann and Philip were very blessed to find each other. Gloria embraced all of our family and our extended family members with her kindness. We celebrated many holidays with the warmth of Gloria's hospitality. We would FaceTime each other occasionally just to check in to make sure each other was okay. She made her famous chocolate chip cookies and sent them to Aunt Connie for a birthday surprise, which delighted her. She also baked those cookies, and they were included in all the out-of-town wedding guests' goodie bags for the wedding of Brooke and Phil. She was a very proud grandma and never missed an opportunity to join in and support their activities, from sporting events to recitals, sing-alongs, admiring artwork. She always was available to embrace all the grandchildren's activities. She shared Aunt Shirley's famous Christmas candy with me because she knew how much I loved it. We always enjoyed being in each other's company, and I will forever cherish my friendship with Gloria. My heart will be forever touched by her strength. Rest in peace and soar while keeping a watchful eye on this wonderful family you have created, Gloria. And bless you, and we love you forever. Thank you for all you've given us.
Hi, this is Cecil and Judy Rickett. Gloria, you made me work hard on this one. There's not enough words and time to express how we all feel about losing you, and I tried with the letters of your name. G is for gone too soon. L is for loving, and you always were a lady. O, optimum, most favorable to the end. R, real, you were genuine. I, indispensable, especially to your family, you were essential. A, adored mom and grandmother. I will love you and I will miss you.
Well, let me throw my few words in there. You can see I'm not taking this well. Gloria was a big loss to this family. And a big loss to me as a friend and as a sister-in-law. She'll always she'll always be remembered in this family. you wanted to know something, go talk to Gloria. She was very intelligent on knowing things. Her kids, they can be proud of her. She made one good mother. But you know what? I gotta let this go because I ain't doing well. Y'all take care.
Hello, everybody. We just want to say how much we all love and adored Aunt Gloria. She always had a smile on her face, always welcomed us every time we came into town. We got to see her at family events. She always invited us to her home. Wish we took her up on more visits that she asked us to come by. We know we all have an angel watching over us. We pray the family's doing well. Everybody knows that she was loved.
Yes, we loved Aunt Gloria a great deal. She was one of the best and certainly is going to have angel wings on her shoulders. We loved her, and I just love the fact that she was always so kind and so welcoming to everybody. She always put people at ease and made you feel uncomfortable, and she was the only one that I knew that could do that. She reminds me a lot of my mother, so I'm going to miss her.
Thank you.
Hi, Patty here, sister-in-law, mainly sister I would feel to Gloria. Gloria was a special kind of person. We would definitely miss her. She was godmother to Emily, who Emily and Jessica went to her house all the time to bake cookies. She taught them how to bake. She had the patience of a saint. And every time me and Mike needed advice, we could go to her, and she always had good advice. Rest easy, Gloria. I love you.
I got a chance to spend some quality time with Paul and Gloria at their beach house in Delaware a couple weekends, and I really enjoyed my conversations with Gloria. She was very smart, witty, kind, and she always told you just like it is. She did not suffer any fools. I will truly miss those conversations. I've always believed that heaven is a wonderful place, but now it's even better.
Hello, my name is James Rickett. Growing up in Accokeek back in the 50s, everyone was your neighbor. We had very special neighbor that would stop by to see us and see how we were doing, and if there was anything he could do for us. And he always had a funny little story to tell us. This neighbor was Gloria's grandfather. Little did we know how close the Ricketts and the Blandford family would become. After Paul and Gloria were married, Gloria quickly became one of the family. Some of my favorite memories is each year when we gather to prepare dinner for our annual Rickett Christmas dinner, which we have been doing for over 50 years. We cook, we taste, we talk, and exchange stories about our families, past and future. Paul and Gloria are always two of the first to arrive, and always my favorite time of the year. After Paul and Gloria purchased their farm, I had a chance to spend a little time with them, walking around the farm, going through the barns and outbuildings, and making plans on what to do with them. Then, when the time was right, they built their beautiful home. What a job they did. They hosted their 50th wedding anniversary at their beautiful home. We gathered there for a wonderful evening of dining, music, dancing, and reminiscing. As a gift, they presented us all with a beautiful family picture that I will always cherish. In closing, I would like to say that the Rickett family has lost a large part of one of its cornerstones. Gloria, the sickness and the suffering is over, and it's time to rest until we all gather again. Donna and I truly miss you very, very much.
One of the main things I can say about Gloria is she was one of the nicest people you would want to meet. She never had anything bad to say about anyone. She would engage in any conversation.
And Gloria we've known Gloria and Paul for over 50 years. And Gloria was always there as a sister-in-law. I might not have known her as personally as I would have liked to, but Gloria was a family person. She was always there for every family function, bridal shower, baby shower. You could always count on Gloria being there. And I admired Gloria a lot for the way that she handled her illnesses and the way that she was with the family. She loved the Rickett family, and the Rickett family all loved her back, including me.
The peacefulness of the snowfall this week was so beautiful. It reminded me of how pure Gloria's heart was. Thank you, my dear aunt, for being such an inspirational influence on my life. Bill and I will cherish all the fun times we had playing cards back in the day, as well as the special times we shared together at your lovely beach house. You were strong and you were brave. Your life was a blessing to all who knew you. My memories of you will forever live within my heart.
Whenever I think of Aunt Gloria, I often think of crabs. Crabs are something I typically associate with Maryland, but in particular with Aunt Gloria. When I was back there in 2008, she seemed on a personal mission to make sure I got plenty of crabs to eat. And then, most recently, I was back there last year. I got to see the dream house, and we had crabs fresh out of the bay. Gloria was always exceptionally generous. And I think that's the word I most remember and I most associate with Gloria, her generosity. She was unfailingly generous. And not just with me. She invited our family to come and see them this summer, to stay in the Forever House with them, to eat crabs fresh out of the bay. And it's a moment that I've lost, that we've all lost. I was hoping to teach my son how to eat crabs right from out of the bay, to have him experience setting the traps with Paul, putting the chickens in there, and then pulling them up and seeing those fresh blue crabs. Thank you, Gloria. Thank you for everything.
I feel blessed to have had Gloria as my sister-in-law and my dear friend. She was well loved by everyone who knew her. God chose to make her the unique person she was. She was one of a kind. Everyone would like to have a friend in their life like Gloria. She could find good in all people. She was an example of a true Christian woman who showed God's love, thoughtfulness, gentleness, and kindness toward everyone in her life. If I ever needed to have a family member address, I would call Gloria. She had it. Even if they had just moved, she already knew it. She attended most of all the family events over the years. You could count on her to be there. Gloria was an excellent baker. She gave me my very favorite pound cake recipe that I bake every year at Christmas. I will really miss Gloria, but cherish the wonderful memories that we shared over the years. I thank God for the 52 years Gloria was married to my brother Paul.
My name is Lisa Palachuk, Gloria's middle child and daughter. I was blessed to have Gloria as my mother. She had a pure heart and was loyal to her family and friends. She showed her caring and loving nature through her acts of service, being truly present with someone, listening to them, accepting others for who they were, and doing things for others, such as baking, volunteering to help, or hosting family dinners or events for her 9 grandchildren, and sometimes their friends. Her love and kindness made my life richer. I love you, Mom. Dad likes to say it was always an adventure with Gloria. I thought I would share a lighthearted story about her while we were creating memories together. A few years ago, my parents joined my family on a trip to Acadia National Park in Maine. We arrived in Augusta and drove to Bar Harbor. On the way, we stopped at a gas station for gas and sundries. If you ever traveled with my mom, I highly doubt we needed any more snacks, but it's vacation. All 6 of us got back in the car and got 20 minutes down the road before my mom realized she had left her purse there. We turned the car around, and as my husband Brian was pulling into the station, my mom anxiously blurts out, "There's something wrong with my car door. I can't get it open. My car door won't open." Brian, in his ever calm demeanor, indicates that the door won't open because the car was still moving and not in park yet. Now parked, Mom hurries in. Luckily, her purse was still there with nothing taken. Back in the car we go. As it's now about an hour later, we were all finishing our snacks and my mom asked if anyone wanted her last piece of candy. Lucas, my youngest son, said, "I'll take it." Without skipping a beat, Mom put the candy in her mouth and ate it right in front of him. Of course, we were all laughing and teasing her on how she could do that to her grandson. According to her, she didn't hear him, but we never let her forget it. It became a running joke when one of us has one remaining piece of candy or snack.
One happy memory I have of Mom was when my kids were little and she would take them back to school shopping. She would take them to places that their dad and I didn't take them, like the Limited Tube, Baby Gap, Aeropostale. And I remember her having her magic purse, which was basically a survival kit with straps. She always had medicine to cure anything in her purse. She always had tools and batteries. She always had photos of her grandkids in her purse. She always had products to sanitize and moisturize everything. She probably had a flashlight and umbrella always in her purse. She always had your favorite candy. She always had money, and she always had money hidden in the extra pockets in her purse, and the kids always got such a kick out of that. My greatest memory of Mom will be the last 6 weeks that I got to spend with her in the hospital. The longest period of time that I had gone during her hospital stay was when I was at an off-site meeting. And after the 3-day meeting, I was so excited to go to the hospital to see her. And when I walked in, she lit up and she held out her arms and she said, "You're here. It's been so long. I feel like it's been months since we've seen each other. I knew you were going to come. I was waiting for you." And my brother-in-law, Brian, and I got to spend a great afternoon with her, giggling and telling funny stories and making her laugh. And it was probably her last good day before her emergency surgery. My takeaway from her life is her strength. The day of her emergency surgery, when we found out that it was going to happen, Keith's dad and I were with her, and she must have been so scared that to have this surgery. But she was worried about
making sure we knew how much we were loved and appreciated. And I think that sums up her life, is her love of family and worrying about her family before herself.
I could talk probably for a day or more about Gloria and the things I loved about her and the things I continue to love about her and how much she contributed to our success. And, a lot of times I say, Gloria, we've done this, we've done that. And she says, it's all you. And I say, no, Gloria, it is not all me. I would never been able to do anything in my life without her. College, my career, raising a family. She's just been an integral part of my life for nearly 53 years now. And I'm gonna miss her. We're all gonna miss her. But Gloria was always wanting to try to build memories, especially with the kids and the grandchildren and with me. Making memories was an important part for her. But she left a lot of memories for us and a lot of funny things that we'll never forget and we'll remember until we die. But Gloria, just wanted to share a few things with you. Gloria was famous for buying gifts ahead of time. And of course, it was usually months ahead of time. Could have been Christmas, a birthday or something. And of course she would wrap them and she would put them in a safe place here in the house. But of course when the event came, she couldn't find it, so she'd have to go buy another one. And then about 6 months later, she'd pull this gift out and present it to whoever the gift was for, Keith or Lisa or Philip, and say, look what I found. I found your Christmas present. And we would laugh and make a joke about it. But she repeatedly did that, and maybe it was on purpose, but it sure was funny, and we're gonna miss that about her. The kids and the grandchildren know her well for her pantry, and she kept her pantry stocked with all kinds of snacks, chips, candy, whatever you could find. She wanted people to come and go into the pantry and find whatever and they were always surprised what was in there, cupcakes or cookies, things that they liked, and she kept it well stocked. And it was always delightful for them to get in there and have a snack or take a snack with them. I probably won't be able to duplicate that, and it's always going to be a memory, a good memory for us. Gloria loved the holidays, and Easter was a time when she just was thrilled to prepare for the grandchildren, and she would get all these plastic eggs and fill them with candy and coins and all kinds of goodies, and she liked to hide them outside. And she would count the number she had, and she would go hide them, and she would tell me, we're gonna keep looking for the Easter eggs until we get the number that I've hid. Every year, there were 5, 6 or so that never got found, never, and she would go back and try to retrace her tracks to find out where she hid them. She never could find them. And then I would find them in the spring when I started mowing the grass, and they would be candy flying all over the grass or coins. And I'd come in, I'd say, Gloria, I found those Easter eggs. She said, well, how many did you find? I say, well, I found 3 today. And she says, I knew they were there. And I said, well, I don't know why you didn't get them then. I don't know. The other thing, Gloria, I never understood this, but I got to be truthful. I was not Gloria's first love. Her first love was the vacuum cleaner, and still is. And she would vacuum every day. Something about it, I don't know if it was a noise. She would vacuum the day before the house cleaner gonna come in. I'll say, why are you vacuuming? I mean, it's just the two of us here. And she says, no, I don't mind doing it. And then one day I came in, and she was in the garage. She'd gotten the vacuum cleaner out of the house,
and she was out there vacuuming. I said, oh, no, you're not vacuuming the garage. She says, well, why not? And I said, because that's the good cleaner. I said, it's going to get oil and soiled on it, and I've got to put it back in the house. And she wasn't happy about it, but I got her a shop vac, and that seemed to satisfy her. And she used that constantly, be out there. And I loved it because she kept the garage pretty clean, and it was a good thing. And and I always told Gloria, and I've told many of the Rickett members, I'd say, you know, my family loves Gloria much more than they love me. And it was the truth, because Gloria, she, you know, within the family, everybody loved Gloria. Gloria would bake, and Gloria would cook, and if you needed something, Gloria was there, and Gloria attended almost every event the Rickett family had, and it was quite a experience, especially at Christmas time when she was baking. And she always did a cookie-thon, and she'd start baking cookies from Thanksgiving until New Year's. And I'm not talking about a few cookies, I'm talking about dozens and dozens and dozens of cookies. She looked for any opportunity to bake cookies. And a lot of the cookies she'd give away, but she was a wonderful cookie baker, and she loved baking cookies with the grandchildren, even though it was usually a mess after she got done. But it was her thing. She loved it. She enjoyed the cookies herself too, so that was good. But Gloria's going to be missed, and we love her to death. I still love her. I still miss her. She left me too soon, and but timing was everything, and I think that it all worked out. And but she's always going to be remembered, cherished, and loved.
Hi, I'm Brooke, Phil's wife, Gloria's daughter-in-law. When Phil and I got engaged, he wrote me a poem as part of the proposal. One of the lines in the poem was about how his mom wanted more grandchildren. Gloria was a very loving and supportive mother-in-law and a fantastic grandma. She spent hours playing with the kids, and I feel so blessed that they had the opportunity to experience her love. Everyone who knew Gloria knew that her grandchildren were the greatest joy in her life. She had 9 grandchildren over 27 years. Our family often talks about our memories with Grandma, and each of the grandchildren would like to share their favorite memory with you.
My favorite memory with Grandma is going to lunch at Red Lobster and meeting Aunt Patty, and then stopping at Toys R Us and picking out a toy before going home.
My favorite memory with Grandma is Sunday dinners growing up.
My favorite memory of Grandma is of her singing and adding parts to songs that didn't otherwise need them.
My favorite memory of Grandma is when I would bake things with her while Luke and Sean Paul were at the farm. We'd do household chores and we'd make pastries.
A few of my favorite memories with Grandma was always going to her house and eating whatever we want, doing whatever we want. And also, we almost never went on vacations with each other, but when I was younger, we went to Maine, and that definitely shared some funny experiences.
One of my favorite memories with Grandma is going to the beach house in Delaware and going to Funland, grottos, and the pool.
One of my favorite memories with Grandma is baking Christmas cookies, especially the Snickerdoodles. Easter hunt that we did every year with Grandma. Riding in the dark like chasing the gooses with Grandma. Don't forget, Grandma gives the best tickles.